Good morning, students. Say your prayer. Thank you. நான் ஒரு நல்லாசிரியர், நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் மருதுமுறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். நான் ஒரு நல்லாசிரியர், நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் மருதுமுறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். நான் ஒரு நல்லாசிரியர், நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் மருதுமுறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். Okay, students, take your social science book. Take page number 25. Today we will complete the book back exercise in history lesson 2. So already we have completed the lesson, the world between two world wars. So what happened in the world between the two world wars? So first we discussed about the Great Depression, then the rise of fascism and Nazism in Italy and Germany. Then we discussed about the anti-colonial movements, that is decolonization process in Asia. So first in Indochina, then in India. Then we discussed about the anti-colonial movement in Africa, finally in South America. So South America was occupied by Portuguese and Spain initially, then how they got their independence. Then finally we discussed about the American interference in South America. Okay, so we have discussed this. So today we will complete the book back exercise. So take page number 25. So choose the correct answer. So first question. So with whom of the following was the Lateran Treaty signed by Italy? So Lateran Treaty, so one of the important treaties signed by Mussolini. So he signed this treaty with whom? First A, Germany, B, Russia, C, Pope, D, Spain. With whom the Lateran Treaty was signed? With the Pope. So as per the treaty, he recognized the independence of the Vatican State and the Pope recognized the Kingdom of Italy. So option C, Pope. Then second, with whose conquest did the Mexican civilization collapse? So Mexican civilization, so consists of three civilization. So was three. So who were they? What are they? Maya, Inca and Aztec. So Aztec was the final stage. They were defeated by the Spaniards. So who defeated them? Hernan Cortes. So option A, Hernan Cortes. Then third one, who made Peru as part of their dominion? English, Russian, Spaniards and French. Spaniards, B. Then fourth one, which president of the USA pursued good neighbor policy towards Latin America? So Monroe Doctrine. So he wanted to control Latin America. So he introduced Monroe Doctrine. But another president of USA, he followed the good neighbor policy. So he developed, he wanted to have a friendship relations with Latin America. So what was that policy? Good neighbor policy. Who introduced that? Roosevelt. Option A. So Franklin Roosevelt. Then fifth one, which part of the world disliked dollar imperialism? So the policy followed by America to control another country. So to imperialism policy to control another country. So that is called as dollar imperialism. So it was disliked by Latin America. So because America introduced, so followed the dollar imperialism policy in Latin America. Okay, so fifth question, option B, Latin America. So fill in the blanks. So first question, the founder of the Social Democratic Party. So Social Democratic Party, we have discussed in the rise of Nazism in Germany. Okay, so Social Democratic Party was in Germany. It was founded in Leipzig in which date it was founded? 23rd May 1863. Who was the founder? So the question is, who was the founder? Ferdinand Lassalle. So the founder of the Social Democratic Party was Ferdinand Lassalle. Second question, the Nazi party's propaganda was led by. So Nazi party, so the news, so propaganda means news that spread all over the area so that the people will be convinced that the news will be true. So propaganda means news. So just information. So the Nazi party's information propaganda was led by Joseph Goebbels. So can you remember the picture? Joseph Goebbels. Then third one, Vietnam Nationalist Party was formed in the year 1927. It was the main political party of Vietnam. Then fourth one, the secret state police in Nazi Germany was known as Gestapo. So who formed and run the secret state police? Himmler. not Hitler, Himmler. Then fifth, the Union of South Africa came into being in May. 1910. So Union of South Africa. So by defeating the Boers in the Boer Wars, so British united the four states. So Transvaal, Orange Free State, then Cape Colony and Natal into a union, so called as South Africa. It was came into effect on May 1910. Then sixth, the ANC leader, so African National Congress leader Nelson Mandela was put behind the bars for how many years? 27 years. Then seventh, Boers were also known as Afrikaners. So Boers were Dutch settlers. So here the Boers were also known as Afrikaners. So next, third rounder, choose the correct statement. So first point, during World War I, the primary task of Italy was to keep the Austrians occupied on the southern front. It was true. So the primary task of Italy was to keep the Austrians occupied on the southern front. Then second, Germany took to fascism much later than Italy. Germany took fascism later than Italy only, because in the year 1923 itself, Italy took fascism. So Mussolini captured power. But if you take Germany, so Hitler captured power only in the year 1933. So it is correct. Then third one, the first huge market crash in the US occurred on 24th October 1929. The huge market crash occurred on 24th October 1929. Correct. Then fourth, the ban on Africa was lifted in 1966. It is correct. The ban on Congress lifted on 1990 only. So option D is correct. So here option D only. So A, B, C, D, D only correct. 1, 2, 3 are correct, because fourth one is wrong. Then assertion reason. So first, a new wave of economic nationalism which expressed itself in protectionism affected the world trade. Reason, this was because the US was not willing to provide economic aid to the debtor countries. So assertion is, so a new wave of economy, so that is countries follows the protectionism policy in world trade, because the world countries, why it follow means because the USA not willing to provide economic aid to the debtor countries. So here option A, both A and R are correct. Then third, assertion, the Berlin Colonial Conference of 1884-85 had resolved that Africa should be divided into sphere of influence of various colonial powers. That is the fact. But reason, the war between the British and the Boers in South Africa, however, was defiant of this resolution. It was not the reason. So why the Berlin Conference held means because there was a competition. So there was a bloody battle between the European powers in capturing Africa. So that's why they arranged the conference. Okay, but the war between the British and the Boers was not the reason. So it was a defense of this resolution. So here option B is correct. A is right, but R is not the right reason. Then match the following. So first, Transvaal. So a state. So a Boer state. So Transvaal is a Boer state. So there they discovered gold in large number. Can you remember that? So that's why British began to settle in and around Johannesburg. So Transvaal, gold. Then Tonking. So guerrilla activities. So related with Viet Minh. So Vietnam. So Ho Chi Minh. Can you remember that? Vietnam. So Tonking. So the guerrilla activities. Then third one, Hindenburg. So the president of Germany, who declared Hitler as the chancellor. Then Third Reich. So in Germany, so the Third Empire was started by Hitler. Fourth one, Third Reich, Hitler. Then fifth one, Matteotti. So he was the person who doubted the fairness of the election. So he was murdered. No. Matteotti. He belongs to Italy. So Transvaal, gold. Tonking, guerrilla activities. Hindenburg, Germany. Third Reich, Hitler. Matteotti, Italy. Then answer the following briefly. Fifth round letter. What do you know of the White Terror in Indochina? Take page number 19 and 20. So 19. So last paragraph. The emergence of Viet Minh. So in that the last point. In 1929, the Vietnamese soldiers mutinied. and there was a failed attempt to assassinate the French governor. This was followed by a large-scale peasant revolt led by the communists. The revolt was crushed, followed by what is called as White Terror. So that is the answer for first question. So mark it. So second question, there is no answer in this book. Yeah, so because this was the included in the last book. Yeah, so they removed the topic, but they added the question. Yeah, so don't worry, they won't ask that question. Yeah, so whatever economic summit, it was explained in the previous year book. Yeah, so in the first book. So in the previous year book, it was mentioned, but here they didn't mention it. So take page number 17. Yeah, emergence of Mussolini. So in that paragraph, so just above the fascism boxes there, no, just above that 7 lines, above 7 lines, in October 1922. So from that to King invited Mussolini to form a government. So the 2 points. Next, fourth question. Point out the essence of Berlin Colonial Conference 1884-85. Answer page number 21. So first paragraph, third line at the edge. So from the to at the end of that point, end of that paragraph. So the Berlin Colonial Conference of 1884 to so was in defense of this resolution. So up to that the answer for the fourth question. Then fifth question, how did the Great Depression impact on the Indian agriculture? So page number 20. So there is a heading, impact of depression on Indian agriculture. So first point, the Great Depression also dealt a death blow to Indian agriculture. So up to that. The next, the third line. So from the third line, the value of farm produce. So from that to, except the last point. Yeah, so the value of farm produce declined by half, while the land rent to be paid by the peasants remain unchanged. In terms of prices, agriculture commodities, the obligation of the farmers to the state doubled. The great fall in prices prompted Indian nationalists to demand the protection for the internal economy. So up to that. So fifth question. Then define dollar imperialism. Sixth question. So page number 24. Yeah, the last box in that lesson. So dollar imperialism, so they self-mentioned, so that box fully. The term used to describe the policy of USA in maintaining and dominating our distant land through economic aid. Then answer the following briefly. Fifth Roman letter. What do you know of the White Terror in Indochina? Yeah, take page number 19 and 20. So trace the circumstances that lead to the rise of Hitler in Germany. So take page number 18 and 19. So 18. So Germany in the post-war. So in that second point. So starting from second point, mark it fully. So the factors which led to. So from that to the industrial production. So in several fields of industrial production. Then marks the second paragraph. So next to the second paragraph. So Germany's defeat and humiliation. So that fully. Then evolution of German fascism. So mark fully just to strike out only one point. Yeah, so that is sixth line. So during World War I, he served in the Bavarian army. So just to check out this. Yeah. Then next page. So first paragraph. The Nazi state of Hitler. Republican government fell as the communists refused to collaborate with the Social Democrats. Thereupon industrialists, bankers and junkers prevailed upon President von Hindenburg to designate Hitler as Chancellor in 1933. Marked? Yeah, next, finally. So, come to the defense of the Treaty of Versailles. First point, in August 1934, Hindenburg died and Hitler, apart from being Chancellor, became both President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces. So, don't put heading. So, just mark the point which I told you. Yeah, thank you. Then second, attempt a narrative account of how the process of decolonization happened in India during the interwar period. So 1919 to 1939. So page number 20. So decolonization in India. So first heading, diarchy in provinces. So here you have to put the heading. So diarchy in provinces. So in that, Sixth line, so the last in 1919. So starting from that to mark it fully. So up to boycott the legislator. So from in 1919, so the Government of India Act. So from that to the last point of that paragraph. Then second, lack of measures to industrialize India. Second heading. In that the third line. So third line after that comma. So there was no change in. Yeah, so from that to so that paragraph fully. Yeah, so no need to mark the first two lines in that paragraph. So from the third line, so there was to that fully. Then impact of depression on Indian agriculture. So mark the 2 mark question already. Then add that the last point. So the 1930s saw the emergence of Indian National Congress as a militant mass movement. So mark it fully. Then the Government of India Act 1935. In that the second point, that is in the third line. So this provided for the greater power. So starting from that to that paragraph fully. Okay, so read it very well. Yeah, so all the detailed questions are very important. Then third question. Describe the rise and growth of national politics in South Africa. So take page number 21 and 22. So 21, so right side paragraph, fourth line. So the South Africa Act passed by the British Parliament in 1909 provided for a union parliament at Cape Town. The Union of South Africa came into being in May 1910. So can you find that? Yeah, blue color box is there, no? So just above that, fourth line. So the 4 state forms into a union, and so the point is to start with like that, no? You strike out that. Just start from the South Africa Act passed by the British Parliament. Yeah. Then so mark the national politics in South Africa fully. Then racist policy against the blacks paragraph fully. So continue with page number 22. Okay, students, mark the questions carefully. So if you have any doubt, contact me. Okay, so read the questions fully. So get ready for your exam. Okay, so thank you. Have a nice day.